Okay, well, I said I would do an arbor or a pergola trellis for the grapes, and I'm finally making good on my word. So this is just some cedar that I'd cut down in pathways. The poles are 105 inches long and 115 inches long, and then they're buried 3 feet in the ground. No footers or anything like that. I don't want to put any concrete or anything like that in here. And the idea is that it's going to grow. It's going to be like a living trellis. The grapes will eventually tie it all together. Kind of like, I think this is wisteria, I don't know. That's climbing up this old trellis from that I inherited. So it's in the ground there. Then it just wraps itself around like look at this. It just kind of wraps itself around. I'm gonna leave this here, but I'm gonna cut it at the ground and then just cut off the suckers as it goes. But this wrapping around is actually strengthening this old cedar trellis here. I have no doubts that this thing probably would have already fallen over if it wasn't for this vine wrapping around it. So I'm gonna leave all that. That's some strength. I may actually just cut this as a chop and drop, like keep it alive, because I think if I kill the vine it might get brittle and then eventually fall apart. So the same idea is going to be with this one here, that the grapes that are planted along, I'm going to end up growing them up. I'll do something in the middle here. Sorry if it's all shaky. And then my idea is to copy it over. So to copy another one over here and then make a tunnel out of it. So we'll see how that goes. And then what I do in the middle, I'm not sure. Maybe just some decoration from some funky twisted cedars that I find that the grapes can help climb up of. I was thinking of maybe kind of recessing in and making like a bench that you could sit at and have grapes kind of growing up over top of your head, so you could just sit in a bench, read a book, and pull grapes off of the vines growing over your head. I don't know. But that's part one of the trellis update. It's raining. After like a month of one day of a tiny little shower, we're getting like a swale filling rain. You can see I actually even pulled the hose out to irrigate. A month is about as far as I can go with one tiny little shower. Huge rain. This is like a swale filling rain. So you can see my rain gutter here. Goes into this pipe. And then this is a secondary one to take it the other way. This one here goes under the ground here. This is power. I keep meaning to bury this. And this is a pond filler. This pond was completely empty. Well, not completely empty. It was probably about a third, down to a third, which was really stressing the fish. You can see the fish are just going crazy in there. And then the overflow sill. Comes around and you can see it's overflowing. And it overflows everywhere. It overflows down in here, straight across. The heat coming off of these rocks is unbelievable. And then that fills this up. It's still full of leaves. I had planned on scooping the leaves out to the berm, but I haven't got around to it. So that's actually going to fill that up. I should just watch those leaves, depending on how much it fills it up. I might have to get in there. It's going to wash it right across the whole top of that swale. But we got rain. So nice. Alright, so I actually, instead of putting up the other side right now, I decided I would train my grapes and get them up this pole. You know, up all the poles. Gave them a couple poles to climb up for now, because the trick with vining crops where you're going to prune it at a chosen height is you want to get the green growth where you want it before it turns to brown growth. So you see this vine, I want to have the brown part fully almost at the top. So I'm going to grow a long trunk. If you see pruning videos for grapes, they'll tell you to do a trunk like 2 feet tall or something like that. That's great for if you're going to do it a certain way, but if you look at how this trunk is, it splits right at the bottom. So that's normally not great, but I can actually send one up this way, one up that way, and get 2 brown trunks out of that one grape. Hopefully it'll be able to manage that. This one here, this brown trunk was lying on the ground. So this brown trunk was lying down on the ground, not good. So I yanked and pulled these all the way up, you know, so it's every vine going up this one, but that's kind of what I needed to do. It looks messy, but it's what I needed to do to get that brown trunk up, growing up this pole as much as possible. And then I'll pick the strongest one towards the end of the season and just have one wrapping around up top. And then pruning wise, I think I'm gonna leave it all the way at the top here, and I'm gonna actually prune back to there every season and prune out everything down the vine, and that way I can make just basically a ceiling of grapes right across this tunnel. So we'll see how that goes, but that's not bad for a couple hours a day. I had to go find all the wood and everything too. So far so good. Catch back next time. Hopefully I'll have a lot of progress, maybe another couple weekends if I can get some solid time out here. And I'll have a full tunnel going. See you next time.